Hello everybody, this is Maniac for Bricks, and I'm here with a quick room update. And I say quick because it's not going to be about the entire room, only one aspect that I've been working on for quite some time. You see, I've been talking about it for a little bit over different social media that I was going to move my minifigure wall from these base plates over here that are mostly mounted onto bookshelves over to this open space. It's actually more extended beyond that. That would basically cover the area above my beach town. And I've already measured out, in the past month, I've measured out how everything would situate in there. If there's going to be enough room for base plates to situate all the minifigures on it. It was going to be more than enough for all the collectible minifigures, the licensed minifigures I've obtained, and I'll probably get to throw some extra stuff in there. It seemed great for a while, until it got to the actual application process. You see, I used a bunch of mounting squares previously for hanging up base plates and displaying minifigures, so I tried the same method on this wall. It did not work so well for many, many different attempts. I've tried several different adhesives, and they all fell. Like, literally, I saw them peeling off the wall and falling onto the beach town. So if you thought it was a wreck before, it was definitely not much prettier when there were stacks of base plates on top of it. So, after that point, I thought maybe the wall is just not the right fit for it. I mean, the wall has a different texture than the bookshelves are. It also has a couple areas that are warped in it and jutting out, so it's going to be hard for it to sit flush with the base plates. So I thought I would move on to something else. And this is where there was supposed to be a haul video in place of this video, but it actually backfired. You see, recently I picked up from Lego Shop at Home 5 of these minifigure display walls. These were available originally for about $16 in the United States and have been declined down to $13.59. So I thought that was going to be an okay price, and I was going to get free shipping from it and get an extra promo poly or something. So I went ahead and got some. I thought I would keep with the same shape of them and the same design on them, so I personally went with the Avengers ones. I thought they would look a little bit better because they're all also the Lego Batman movie ones, which I could have gotten at the same time, but because Lego Shop at Home says you can only order a maximum of 5 per order of each type. So I could have easily gotten 10, but it also would have been 2 different styles to work with, so I wanted to stick with 1. I didn't actually hang any of these up, but I did look over a couple of reviews, such as Bricks All Over and UK Bricks, before I bought these, and it seemed like a good idea. It's actually interesting. You can hang up, it gives you enough space on here that you can hang up 15 minifigures. And I know that I can crunch it a little bit further and fit almost 40 on here. Yeah, I measured it out. I mean, before opening up any of the packages, or even getting them in the mail. This has 2 ways that you can actually hang it up, or display it somewhere. One of them, it has a backing where you would hang it up like a photo frame on a desk, so it would just kind of sit at an angle. The other way is it actually has a hole that's in this container, so you could put a nail in the wall and hang it up right on there. And that was the method I was going to do over on this wall. I didn't put any hardware in yet because I wanted to see how many of these would actually fit up there. And I calculated about 26 of them that I could use of these minifigure display walls to fit in the area I want to. It'll give me a lot of room for putting up minifigures, but at 40 a pop, it's really not going to cover all of the minifigures that I wanted to, because the extra border that's around them takes up extra space and would have less room than the base plates I would have done prior to that. But if it was going to hang up better, maybe it would be a little better option. So I decided to take the extra step before moving on to this, onto the wall, and say, okay, well, if I was going to buy 28 of these total, or 26, if I was going to buy 26 of these total, including these 5, how much would that cost me? Because I've been dancing around buying different adhesives for a bit, buying different poster material, and luckily I didn't have to buy any new base plates until these to try to work out this minifigure wall. And I thought to myself, well, what if I used another adhesive that would be a much stronger substance maybe I could buy that instead, and I wouldn't have to worry about anything else, and I could just have the base plates up like I want to. I still have some doubts about that, but when it came to buying these at $13.50 a pop, at 26 of them going up on this back wall, it would cost me, I kid you not, about $380. And that's before adding in tax. That's with free shipping. That's with whatever promos that I get. Just for these display pieces. That was way too much money for me. It's not enough that I have saved right now. It's not enough that I could get over time, like in increments. I would just buy more of them or anything like that. And yeah, I could use some VIP points, but I don't really have enough saved right now that would justify that kind of purchase. I mean, I'll basically be getting every so often one of them at half off, and that's really not going to help here. Even if I went to the Lego store to pick up more of them in a quicker time, so I wouldn't have to worry about all of them being shipped in the mail and only buying 5 at a time from the Lego shop online, it seems like a very losing adventure. And for the reviews that I've seen about this, both UK Bricks and Bricks All Over, special shout outs to them, only reviewed it by having the display stand version like a photo frame. Neither one of them, because they weren't going to use it for that purpose, neither one of them used the hanging method from the hook. So I had very little confidence with these things if it was going to work out. I wasn't ready to pry them open and test them out and see that it was going to be a waste of my money and a waste of my time. So I'm actually declining on this. I will work out a refund for that with the Lego store or Lego shop at home as best as I can, or find some other way to use these, or have somebody else that might use them more. Instead, how am I going to set up the minifigures? How am I going to display them? Well, let's start back at square one and just do what I already did. Luckily, with all the base plates that I've tried to pry up there, none of them had to come off the bookshelves. Or at least I didn't move them off the bookshelves right away. Eventually, they probably would have. But all the ones that I've hung up for a while, like almost a year at this point, that have been sitting behind me, they're still good. They've had very little that needed to be modified, and they're probably going to hold on for much longer. It could also have to do with the material of the bookshelf compared to the walls around here. Or maybe the temperature has something to change how well the sticking is. But in total, if this method works, let's just go with that. If anything, I would actually expand it. The back wall, where you see the CMFs here, is going to have numerical minifigures the same way as it was before. The Lego Batman movie, the Lego Ninjago movie, the Lego Simpsons Series 1 and 2, and Lego Batman movie Series 2. And Disney, Team GB, and if I ever get them, the German football ones. I'm not too interested in them to get them now. All of those licensed minifigures, or movie-related minifigures, are just going to be on base plates. They're going to sit up on a top shelf in between some of these rows of numerical minifigures and just be there for an extra display item. It's really not going to be anything I'm going to stick on the wall, because with the numerical ones, it's taking a lot of space as it is, and there's still a couple more I need to add on there. I do want to get at least 2 more extra large grade base plates to prop up here for future waves of numerical minifigures. And if things work out well, maybe I could fit some of the movie ones in there, but I'm going to hold on to just having numerical ones for now. At least the space for them. It's something that I've just been collecting the CMS over time, and it's not necessarily a goal for me to complete all of the series, but I've been growing closer and closer to that over time, and I figure it could be a thing that I could actually work on. There are still some that I know are going to be more expensive, and I'll probably skip over them. I know I had the Lizard Man for a while, and I had to send that one out for reasons. I'll probably get that one back at some point, but for the most part, I still got, more to edit here, but I won't have to move them. I'm glad that the method I've had has been working with me so well for so long, and I can just keep expanding it. As far as the superheroes, Star Wars, Indiana Jones, and many other licensed LEGO minifigures, those are on another bookshelf. It's kind of right behind this lamp and a couple of these dressers right now in the corner, but it's the same arrangement that you've seen in several videos beforehand when I've done little LEGO room updates or minifigure collection updates. Those are going to go on as they did before. I may have to move around some things as far as what minifigures fit up there, but I will still have areas reserved for them. I don't really think they're going to go on more than those shelves, because any lower than that I have reserved for some other things. For example, I have a lizard tank that I'm actually going to fill with pebbles. It's not going to fill up with water, but it will have LEGO Diver related stuff in there, be it Atlantis, Aqua Raiders, Divers, or something else. Maybe even some mocks. But that's something I wanted to have as a cute little thing on one of the shelves, is a LEGO aquarium, or at least a simulation of one. It even has some lights propped up there too, so it'll give it some nice atmosphere. Some of the bottom shelves are also going to be used for things where I have, every once in a while, I would keep the boxes with LEGO sets, especially if they're older and kind of nostalgic ones. So with those kinds of sets and several other things I can store in those boxes, I plan to use some of the shelves for that. Even including the ones that I get from the LEGO store that are exclusives, any of the seasonal ones, because I now have to move the Christmas ones back down here, and any of the LEGO idea sets that I've collected. A bunch of those have to move back down here, and would definitely keep the sets inside of the boxes. I'm not going to say they're going to be complete or like completely assembled, but all the pieces will still be there, and the minifigures as well. So, as far as things go, we're pretty much back where we started, but we're still moving forward. I'm really looking forward to cleaning more of this room, and even though I'm taking gaps in between days or weeks to publish these videos, I'm still looking forward to how this room is going to evolve. It's really been moving at a good pace so far without worrying about making constant videos, but at least I'm getting the job done. I'm getting a lot more moved around here to where I want it to be. And when the room is ready for a room tour, you will know. I think I've done a few things where I have updates here and there, but I will let you know when the room is just where I want it to be and functional as I want it to be. After that point, I can make more mocks. I can work more on the beach town, and I already have some of the beach town underway, so, you know, all the good stuff will be coming after that. There will be some hauls every now and then, but most of that stuff is going to be on the back burner. There aren't really going to be a lot of LEGO reviews that I'm planning in 2018, unless it's more particular stuff that I'm interested in and very unique stuff. If it's just even if it's an older LEGO set that's like really small and not too much value, I'm not going to worry about it as much. But say I get something like LEGO Mindstorms. I would like to review that because I've never had that before, and it's a new experience for me, and in some cases, not even talked about a lot. Flashbacks will still continue in some capacity. There's actually going to be more to that coming up in at least the next month or two, so look forward to that. Holiday hauls. I was actually planning on splitting the holiday haul into 2 parts this year yet again. I have part 1 recorded, but I still have to condense it and try to make it, something enjoyable. Part 2 has not been recorded yet because it has not arrived yet. I still have family and friends to meet up with in the next week or so that kind of thing isn't really going to happen here. And that's totally okay, because it's going to take a little bit more time, and it'll give me more time to work on stuff in the different rooms. And, enjoy the things that I got over Christmas, which I really do, and definitely will be implemented into a bunch of different areas. The LEGO Agents Collectathon that I promised is going to be delayed because I'm going to shrink that video. I have to rewrite a couple of things. But in the meantime, there will be a collectathon that'll go up that is about promotional bricks that I get on occasion. I think it'll be a nice, smaller collectathon video. Not in the exact style I'm looking for, but at least moving in the right direction. I have better plans about what's coming up in 2018. The link description below on my personal blog. So we'll see you then.